What's up, Bike Tricks owners or potential Bike Tricks owners? I'm Wes Neal here with another true review. Wanted to talk about my Bike Tricks Ultra or my Bike Tricks Juggernaught Ultra 1000. Some of the upgrades I've done to it and a major issue I'm having right now that I'm hoping Bike Tricks gets off their ass and helps me figure it out. So first thing I want to talk about is this bike. I bought it bone stock. Big mistake, okay? Horrible mistake. I just got the basic brakes, basic tires, basic fork, everything basic. The only thing I upgraded for Bike Tricks was the seat post. This is a badass seat post, works great. The only issue I've had with it is running the cable to it, and I finally found a good spot where I actually have to go around the neck, back underneath the down tube, and then back over the motor here at the mid-drive, and then up, and it seems to work good. The problem I was having is getting into some tight 90s on some switchbacks, and it either popped the seat up or it would just hang up. So we got it all tuned in, took a couple, when they put this on, they just threw it on, I'll be honest with you. They didn't put any thought into tight steering and stuff like that. So, anyways, like I said, I bought it base model basically. So here's some of the upgrades we did, all right? We went with the Maxxis Minion, 26x4 fat tires, okay? These are 120 TPI, so they're a thicker rubber. They're gonna be more durable for you. They're great tires. I could tell a major difference the second I put them on and hit the trail. The chain ring, we went down to a 36 tooth chain ring, give me a little more torque. Then we upgraded the brakes. One of the biggest problems I had was braking because I live at the base of the Sierras and I needed to build this bike for the Sierras. We have some extreme ascents and extreme descents. We have some really extreme downhill. I'm 255, the bike's almost 70. The stock brakes that came on it that are just the Bike Tricks dual pistons are garbage for downhill. They cannot stop this bike. I burned up 2 calipers and 3 rotors in under 200 miles. So now we have Galfer 223 on the front, a 203 on the rear. The 223 is kind of, Bike Tricks kind of squinted their eyes at that. Roshan at Bike Tricks said, be careful with the 223 on the front because he's not sure if the mount can handle that much stopping power. And now that I put Magura quad piston brakes on the front and back, I'm keeping an eye on that, but so far, it's working really good. Actually, it's working awesome. The Magura quad piston, whether you do Tektro or Magura, upgrade your brakes to the quad piston. They work great. Then, one other thing we did. We upgraded the drivetrain on this, okay? But just the cassette. And put a new chain on it. The chain had to be a little bit longer. We went to a Sunrace 11 tooth through 50 tooth. So I got an ultra low range on this. With that front chain ring, this thing is sick. Climbs like a mountain. Oh, what do you call billy goat, man? Thing climbs like a billy goat. This thing, I tested it up against the original 34 tooth chain ring, which I don't know where it's at right now. The 34 tooth chain ring, great for commuting, garbage for the mountains. Do not think, I mean, it'll climb, but it's not ideal for extended, high grade, high altitude pulls, man. Like when you're getting up in the mountains and you're really having to pull some trails, it just wasn't doing it. So I want to do, here's what I'm going to eventually do, a 12 speed Shimano 52 tooth. But as we all know, it's hard to get parts right now. So for right now, we did the Sunrace 50, okay? Now, I tried at first the Fuyu, I think that's how you say it, Fuyu, kind of a Chinese piece of junk, $55 on Amazon. It's like the 50 tooth is black. I don't have it with me right now in the garage. And then it's got like a aluminum red anodized webbing on the back. A couple people said it was good. I'm gonna come to you guys and tell you the tolerances on it. The bike shop took a look at it, hit it on the gauge. They're garbage. Don't waste your money. Spend the extra 50 bucks and get yourself a Sunrace. Ain't the best, but it's great. For 100 bucks, I put this baby on, took that Chinese garbage off, put this on, works great. The teeth are taller on that 50 tooth. See, the problem I was having with the other one, it was skipping and jumping off of it. And I even went and had this dialed in. The bike shop did as much as they could. They just said, it's literally, the cassette is garbage. So let's take you for a ride here. 2, 3, spin you around. Okay, so you see what we did here? We dropped it down. We got an aluminum hanger here. So this is an extender, so it allows this to come all the way down and over and catch this 50 tooth right here. Does really good. I do have some fine tuning to do to this, but I'll get into that here in a second. So like I said, you got 11 through 50. Now here's the downside to this, doing this and getting this tuned in. This is direct from a pro bike shop. This now is a 7-speed. 8 and 9 are locked out. We don't use those. It stops at 7. That's fine for me because this is for climbing. I'm usually going to be right around in here. I'm usually going to be from 5th to 1st because I do some extreme climbing, and I can still get about 20 miles an hour here on 5th. Now, if I need to jump to 6th or 7th, I can once I get on the flats, but I'm not on a lot of flats a lot of times. So, or if I'm on it, it's for a very brief, like 1/8 of a mile. So that didn't matter to me, and this works for now, okay, till I can get up to that 12 speed. All right, let's spin around. Let's show you the Magura quad pistons. There they are. Beautiful brakes. These are the bee's knees right here. So much braking confidence. You can go downhill and know this bike is going to stop. Here's a 203 Galfer. Okay, and then we'll move to the front. Another quad piston right there. And then a 223 Galfer on here. So the mount seems to be doing really good. I'm watching it. I check it after every ride. Here, let's see. And it seems to be doing really good. I actually had to use 2 adapters here. I had to use a SB001. And then this is another Shimano adapter for the front. So the dip here was pretty extreme. So we had to go to that. And then, of course, there's the Maxxis Minions. So they're nice tires, nice tread on them. They do great. Here's the Magura. These are great. I mean, these are, and then they have a great response. Soon as see that, just that little bit of pull right there, motor cut off instantly. You hear that? That's all you need, motor cut off. That's pretty important to me, being up in the higher elevations on the side of hills. I need to be able to tap that and kill that motor. Tap. Because sometimes you get in a little bit of a whiny spot and you got to watch it. So, what else did we do? Oh, that's really it. Now, let's talk about this whole rear of this bike. I blew out the hub a couple months ago. Bike Trick sent me a new hub. So, they sent me this. This is an Origin 8 wheel, which is a beautiful wheel. This wheel is awesome. I love how the fat profile is to it. It squares up this rear tire a lot more. It's not as, it's still round. It still has like it's curved, but it squares it up, makes it more of a tall, like a stronger profile, I feel. And then it's got the KT ratchet system, which you can see right there. Here's the problem. And I've gone to Bike Tricks. I had a video conference with them. I've been telling them there's something wrong with the spacing here. And I actually haven't gotten they said they were going to send me something. I don't know what they were going to do. I'm actually pretty pissed off at them right now because this hasn't been addressed yet. Look in there. You see that white? I'm having to put in, I thought I fixed it. I put in 3 nylon bushings in order to give this thing spacing and give it something that doesn't have the cassette running against the frame. Okay? Thought that was going to work. Went out for my first test on it. Okay? I slowly started to notice I was having issues with the freewheel. This thing wasn't freewheeling. And when you tighten this, if you loosened up the axle, it would freewheel. I have no idea what's going on here. Talked to Bike Tricks about it. Like I said, we had a tech call and nothing's been done. Nothing's been sent to me. I thought they were going to send me something. They were supposed to send me a new axle, I thought. And they're supposed to, I thought I was going to get a spacer. So anyways, to test this out, I took it for a test and got back. I thought everything was great. And then I noticed this is pushing against the frame again. And then that's when I noticed, you know what I'm doing? I'm wearing out that bushing, because watch this. So literally, I don't know if you can see in there. Now this is loose. So here we are again. It's parked. If you see on this side, this is a spacer here. Okay, they fixed that. I had an issue with this here, and they had sent this aluminum spacer right here. Well, the other problem now is there's no spacer for this side. And I never caught on to it until I really realized my chain on the original cassette was grabbing in here. And then I started to realize, well, shit, there's nothing there. So I think what it was is it was new. So when you were put the cassette on, it was tight. Now I've gotten some miles on it and broken it loose. So Bike Tricks, I know you're watching this. Please, let's fix this, man. All it needs is some sort of hub extender in there. And I need a new axle. So with that being said, Bike Tricks, they're cool people. They're decent, but we gotta get that fixed. And you know, they dropped a star on my review because I had this, like I said, I had a telephone video conference with them. I thought they knew what I was talking about and they were gonna fix it, but they haven't. As far as the KT ratchet system, this wheel and hub, great idea, great design. When I tore this all apart, there is absolutely no wear on that ratchet system. There's no shavings, there's no nothing. It's super strong. It's got a nicer sound. It's more solid. You hear that? It's a solid system. I mean, there's actually is it 2 gears? Yeah, there's 2 gears in there that actually lock together. And it works great. So there's my final update. I've made a video about 5 times the past 2 weeks. There it is. That's where we're at. I will tell you that low gear, like I said, that thing will pull this bike right out from under you on an uphill. So you actually got to be careful with it. But that's exactly what I wanted. It's working great, except for that hub. We get that fixed, This is going to be the Sierra Nevada Juggernaught Ultra limited edition bike. So, anyways, leave any comment. Leave any comments you got, questions you got. Leave them for me. I'll answer them the best I can. Until then, later, everyone. Happy trails.